Good evening, and welcome to Uncle Bumpy's Barber Shop by Dion Anderson. My goal is to provide Uncle Bumpy with a multimedia promotional package that can help increase awareness for his shop, increase awareness for his adoption day, and make it an overall package that includes multimedia for social media and other aspects. Introducing myself, I'm Dion Anderson, and I am the PR for Uncle Bumpy's Barbershop. I have a bachelor's degree in creative writing for fine arts and currently working on my master's for public relations. Uncle Bumpy's Barbershop. My client resides in Cincinnati, Ohio, and has a barbershop that is located in Westchester, Ohio. It's for the community and has been a community barbershop for the last 3 years. My client organizational is Uncle Bumpy's Barbershop is located again in Cincinnati, Ohio, and it has local pride. They take ownership in representing the best possible customer service while providing the best possible community outreach. There are many sources of competition locally and, of course, on a national level. Our goal is to market our campaign to grow the business at a national level. For my research portion for my client, our biggest research point was dealing with surveys and focus groups. We sent out a ton of different focus and surveys for our clients to see how we was doing as far as a barbershop was concerned. We determined that our biggest data point was determining our competitiveness or weaknesses. And what exactly does that mean? So for competitiveness or weaknesses, an analyst of competitive superiority and risk of strategic relationships, I created a survey and analyzed the data for the purposes of my competition. With this information, I was able to understand just by using the customer feedback without the competitor's perspective. It doesn't really give me a real data, only the biases of false reality. Our key public and stakeholders is basically our clientele. And they can range from anywhere between the ages of 20 and 35, low income around the 20,000s. Most of them reside in Cincinnati, Ohio, or some other town come from out of town within the city limits, such as Kentucky, Indiana, and areas that are nearby. The goal of the campaign will help increase the sales and the clientele. The campaign will bring awareness to the great things that Uncle Bumpy does for the community, the relationships that will be developed, which are ones that will create a broader audience. This is important to the overall brand and future business opportunities. Uncle Bumpy uses the technique of cutting hair and using a picture for each one before and after. This helps be able to show people that this is what the shop is about and this is the services that they provide. It also helps us with our goals and the things that we're trying to achieve as a company. Adoption Day is a huge day for Uncle Bumpy's Barbershop. They do it twice a year, and it brings in all the local kids that are at shelters or at group homes in order for them to find a home that is a permanent location for them and possibly even be adopted. My objectives is to increase Uncle Bumpy's Barbershop brand awareness and provide the community with more access to the shop, to assist with increasing the overall success of the shop and increase the clientele, to provide more awareness, visibility for the annual adoption day, using a media plan to ensure longevity of the shop and the employees that support it. The kids are the biggest aspect of this whole package because of the fact that the adoption is such a huge asset to Uncle Bumpy and what he does for the community. We use the kids' adoption day as a big platform for being able to build a reputation but at the same time build more clientele. Part of that whole strategy is to be able to have reviews and people to be able to make comments on Facebook and other aspects of social media. And here's just an example of how we were able to use Uncle Bumpy's Barbershop on Facebook and to be able to use the reviews from the customers that are there. My strategy is simple: to complete a multimedia webpage, use all the social media sites to assist with providing awareness to the shop, such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and others. Look at more opportunities to engage with the community on more projects for the shop. Those are my strategies. Again, the reviews. Customer reviews are a huge part of my strategy as well as everything else that I've said before this slide. We use these as a tool to be able to know how well we're doing. Even if we get a negative response, we want to respond to our customers. Our tactics. Free haircuts for the use using social media to promote. Sending out broadcast social media blips such as Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram to let people know that we're doing a free haircut. Posting on each site daily with pictures and more information to increase awareness is huge for us. Taking all the feedback for our customers. These are tactics that we need in order to proceed forward with our campaign. The timing and the budget for this multimedia package will take us about 3 months to complete. Once we have everything in place, it should take no more than 90 days. Our overall budget would be $15,000, with 90% of that budget going towards advertising. That's the biggest piece of our campaign, and we're going to use the most there. For my evaluation and benchmarks, I use Google Analytics along with Hootsuite to measure the traffic on each social media site. This process will be used daily to update as needed. If I can't meet my goals, the process will be to change or either have new benchmark marks that are set. The process will continue and will be ongoing. As you can see, we've had 127 page views since I started this, and about 79% of a bounce rate, which is really good. 85% for new sessions, meaning people are actually logging onto the website and actually having a session to see things and how they're going. This is important information for us to be able to continue to push for benchmarking. In closing, the Capstone Project will continue to use additional research data as a main resource. Learn from those results to compete the best possible campaign for my client. Uncle Bumpee's Barber Shop has the potential to be a great business with local and national reputation. This campaign will be the beginning to bring awareness to my client and the great services that they provide. Again, thank you and have a great evening.